Aging does not happen in the daylight. It happens in the quiet hours when the world goes still, when the lights dim, when the body finally begins the work it has been postponing all day long. Nighttime is not rest. Nighttime is repair. And if you are a senior, if you are someone feeling the weight of years showing up in your vision, your energy, your clarity, or your focus, you must understand one thing. Your body is not finished. Your cells have not given up. Your eyes are not beyond support. Biology does not retire. It responds. It adapts. It listens to what you give it. Every night, whether you feel it or not, your eyes go through a cycle of restoration. The cells of the retina, some of the most energy-hungry cells in your body, begin repairing the oxidative stress accumulated from sunlight, screens, pollution, age, and daily life. This repair is not magic. It is survival. It is nature's design, and you can support it by giving your body what it needs at the right time, before sleep. There is a truth many people forget. You do not age from your birthday to your birthday. You age from night to night. Every evening is a chance to slow the clock. Every evening is a chance to influence the next decade of your life. This is why the small choices, especially the ones you make at night, matter more than most people ever realize. Because the night is when your cells become architects. They rebuild, they realign, they restore, they correct the mistakes written into your DNA throughout the day. And yes, your eyes participate in this silent reconstruction, but your cells cannot rebuild without raw materials. They cannot repair without antioxidants. They cannot defend themselves without phytonutrients. And they cannot maintain their integrity if your nighttime routine is working against them. There is a fruit, simple, accessible, natural, that has been used for centuries for its antioxidant-rich profile, not because it cures anything, not because it fixes age, but because it provides your body with compounds it naturally uses during its repair cycle. Compounds like anthocyanins, compounds that help reduce oxidative stress, compounds that support the body's natural processes while you sleep, compounds that tell your cells, here is what you need. Continue your work. But before we talk about the fruit, you must understand the foundation. Support at night is not about a single ingredient. It is about creating an environment where repair becomes possible, where the signals of aging slow down, where your mitochondria, the power stations inside your cells, switch from daytime output to nighttime recovery. This is circadian biology. This is the rhythm of survival. This is the science that explains why seniors who improve their nighttime habits often feel younger, clearer, and more capable, not because they changed everything, but because they optimize the hours that matter most. If you want your eyes to feel stronger, if you want your mornings to start with more clarity, if you want to give your body the tools it needs to support itself as you age, then you must respect the night. You must treat the evening as the beginning of tomorrow, not the end of today. And tonight, before you sleep, you will learn exactly what to place on your table, not as medicine, not as a miracle, but as support, as nourishment, as fuel for the biological machinery that works in silence while you dream. Because longevity is not a theory. It is a choice. A series of decisions made when no one is watching, when the world is quiet, and when your cells are preparing to write the next chapter of your life. And it begins with what you give your body before you close your eyes. Nighttime nutrition is not about volume, it is about precision. The body does not need heaviness before sleep. It needs guidance, signals, information. And nature encoded some of its strongest signals inside dark-colored fruits, especially the ones rich in pigments that reflect their internal power. These pigments are not decoration. They are molecules created by plants to protect themselves from stress, UV radiation, temperature shifts, environmental pressure. And when you eat them, you borrow that protection. You share that resilience. You give your cells the same tools the plant used to survive the world around it. This is where the story of nighttime repair becomes interesting, because the fruit that supports your evening routine is not rare, not expensive, not exotic. It is something you may have walked past hundreds of times without knowing the impact it can have when used intentionally, especially for seniors who want to support their cells as they age. It is the blueberry, small, deep-colored, ancient in origin, and filled with anthocyanins that interact with the body's natural repair processes. But again, this is not about miracle cures. This is about biology. Your eyes contain cells that are constantly under oxidative pressure. Every moment you spend awake, reading, watching, working, navigating the world, these cells burn energy at an extraordinary rate, and high-energy cells produce high levels of oxidative stress. Blueberries contain antioxidants that help the body neutralize some of that stress. Not by fixing everything, but by supporting the system that is already trying to fix you. In the quiet of the night, when inflammation begins to settle and the parasympathetic nervous system takes over, your body becomes more receptive to recovery. This is the window where the nutrients you provide can assist your cells in their natural rhythm of restoration. This is the moment your biological clock aligns with the simple choices you make. Imagine your body as a workshop. Imagine your cells as skilled workers waiting for raw materials. If you go to sleep without the right input, their progress is limited. But if you provide the right signals, the pigments, the micronutrients, the antioxidants, then the night becomes an opportunity, a chance to slow the march of time, not through force, but through cooperation with biology. And it is not just the blueberries themselves, it is what they represent. A reminder that longevity is built from small, consistent actions. A bowl of blueberries before bed is not about eating a fruit. It is about choosing to participate in your own preservation. It is about taking the quiet hours seriously. It is about understanding that aging is not just a number. It is a daily negotiation between stress and repair, between damage and regeneration, between how you live and how your cells respond. But the real transformation begins when you pair this simple ritual with the other pillars of nighttime longevity, because blueberries alone cannot do the work of deep sleep. They cannot replace hydration. They cannot fix a chaotic circadian rhythm. They are a piece of the puzzle, a meaningful one, but still just a piece. Nighttime repair relies on alignment, the alignment of your habits, your environment, your biology, and your intention. And seniors who respect this alignment notice something profound. The body may age, but it does not surrender. It adapts. It recalibrates. It continues supporting you as long as you support it. You see, every living system responds to reinforcement. Give your body chaos, and it reinforces chaos. Give your body consistency, and it reinforces strength. Give your body nutrients that match the rhythm of the night, and it reinforces restoration. This is why the small bowl of blueberries matters, not as a cure, not as a prescription, but as an act of alignment, a decision to prepare your system for a night of rebuilding, a signal that you are participating in your own longevity. Because aging is not the enemy. Aging is the result of accumulated choices, and your future depends on the choices you make tonight. You are not powerless. You are not too late. Your cells are listening. Your biology is responding. And the night is waiting, ready to help you restore what the day has worn down. The question is simple. Will you enter the night unprepared, or will you enter it with intention, with support, with the nutrients your body knows how to use? Because age may take time, but your choices determine the direction. Tonight, you choose the direction. And when you choose direction, something remarkable happens. You stop drifting. You stop accepting decline as destiny. You stop believing that aging is a downward slope you cannot climb. Instead, you begin to recognize the truth. Your body is programmable. Not in a metaphorical sense, but in a biological one. Every cell contains switches, genes that turn on or off depending on how you live. For decades, people believed aging was random, inevitable, uncontrollable. But now we know better. We know that the environment you create inside your body shapes the pace of your aging. We know that the behaviors you repeat become signals that your genes follow. We know that your daily habits can activate pathways of protection, energy efficiency, and cellular repair. This is the foundation of longevity. Not magic, not luck. Signals. And at night, those signals speak louder than they do during the day. Because nighttime is when your metabolism slows, when your hormones shift, when your body prioritizes restoration over activity, when the machinery of repair spins up, ready to correct the microscopic damage that accumulates each waking hour. But imagine if your cells begin that process with nothing to work with. Imagine if you enter the night dehydrated, exhausted, inflamed, or overwhelmed with processed food. Your body still tries to repair you, but it must work harder, longer, with fewer resources. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine entering the night with clarity. Imagine sending your body into its repair cycle with the nutrients, the antioxidants, the signals it needs to operate efficiently. Imagine the difference this makes not once but over thousands of nights. Longevity is the product of repetition, the outcome of small habits compounded over years, and seniors who understand this begin experiencing something powerful, a shift, a subtle but steady return of vitality. Not dramatic, not overnight, but real. Because when you support your biology at night, you wake up different, more alert, more stable, more aligned with the natural rhythm of your body. And this rhythm, when respected, becomes one of the greatest allies you have in the pursuit of aging gracefully. Your circadian clock is not just a sleep schedule. It is the conductor of your internal symphony. It tells your cells when to divide, when to clean up damaged proteins, when to reduce inflammation, when to rebuild mitochondrial strength. If that clock is disrupted, the entire system becomes confused. But when it is supported, every part of your biology begins functioning more efficiently. And this is where intentional nighttime nutrition plays its role. Blueberries signal the presence of plant compounds your body recognizes. Dark berries have been linked to supporting the body's natural defenses against oxidative stress. They reinforce the internal processes that protect your cells during sleep. It is not the fruit alone. It is the partnership between your choices and your biology. Picture the cells of your retina again, tiny factories working tirelessly to help you see the world. They are sensitive, delicate, and constantly exposed to environmental stress. At night, they begin repairing the wear from a lifetime of reading, focusing, absorbing light, and navigating everything life places before you. This is not passive repair. It is active, demanding work. And when you give your cells the pigments from blueberries, pigments evolved by plants to absorb wavelengths of light and shield themselves from damage, you provide your body with tools it immediately recognizes. Pigments that support its natural rhythm of nighttime restoration. Pigments that align with your body's ancient biology. But longevity is not built on a single food. It is built on identity. On the question, who are you becoming? Are you someone who accepts decline as normal? Are you someone who lets aging happen to you? Or are you someone who participates in your own story? Someone who chooses intention over habit? Someone who honors the quiet hours where the body repairs the decades? Because the truth is simple. You do not age in years. You age in choices, in nights, in routines repeated silently while the world sleeps. And when seniors decide to live with that awareness, when they choose to go into the night prepared, nourished, hydrated, aligned, their future begins to change. Not because they reversed time, but because they respected the biology that keeps them alive within it. You are not finished. Your body is not finished. Your cells are listening to the signals you send them. And tonight, the signal you choose will shape the energy you wake up with tomorrow. Your future begins in the night, and the night begins with a choice. And that choice is more powerful than most people realize. Because once you change your evenings, you change your mornings. And once you change your mornings, you change the pattern of your life. Aging accelerates in the absence of intention. But when intention returns, the body responds with a quiet, steady shift, the kind that builds strength from the inside out. This is why seniors who take control of their nighttime habits often feel something they haven't felt in years: momentum. Not the momentum of youth, but the momentum of clarity, the momentum of alignment, the momentum of understanding that aging is not an event. It is a conversation between your choices and your cells, between your habits and your biology, between how much you demand from your body and how much you give back to it. This exchange happens every single day of your life, but it becomes most meaningful in the late hours when the world grows still, because the night is honest. It reflects exactly what you have built. It magnifies the quality of your routine. It forces the body to reveal whether the day you lived pushed you forward or pulled you backward. And this is where discipline becomes the lifeline of longevity. Not the harsh discipline of punishment, not the rigid discipline of restriction, the discipline of respect, respect for your biology, respect for your future, respect for the fact that your body is still working, even after decades of carrying you through life's storms, its victories, and its relentless demands. When you realize this, you stop treating your body as an afterthought. You begin treating it as a partner that wants to help you see better, move better, think better, live better, but cannot do so without your cooperation. Your longevity does not depend on perfection. It depends on partnership, a shared commitment between you and the cells keeping you alive. And the night is the most important meeting place in that partnership. Because at night, your body enters a different mode, a mode built on recovery, recalibration, and renewal. Your heart rate drops, your breathing deepens, your nervous system shifts into a parasympathetic state, a state designed to repair what the day has worn down. But this repair cannot reach its full potential if your habits fight against it. If your evenings are filled with screens, stress, heavy meals, late-night stimulation, or chaotic sleep cycles, the body struggles to perform the work it is designed to do. You cannot control everything in life, but you can control how you prepare for the hours when your biology attempts to rebuild you. This is why seniors who support their nights begin feeling a rise in clarity, a softness in the morning sunlight instead of a struggle, a sense that the day is no longer something to survive, but something to engage with, because when your nights become stronger, your days become lighter. This is the truth behind longevity. Small habits produce large outcomes when practiced consistently over time. The blueberry ritual is just one example, a nightly symbol of intention. But it represents something larger, the decision to give back to your body before you ask more from it. And once you understand that principle, it begins guiding every part of your life, your hydration, your movement, your sleep, your environment, your light exposure, your mindset, your nutritional timing. All of these become threads in the fabric of your aging, and you begin weaving them with purpose instead of chance. Because the secret to aging well isn't found in youth, it's found in awareness, in understanding the difference between living long and living fully, in recognizing that a single night cannot change your life, but thousands of nights practiced with intention absolutely can. Your future is not built in your blood work. Your future is built in your behavior, in your choices, in your rhythm, in how much you honor the biological intelligence inside you. And as you age, this intelligence does not fade. It becomes more important, more responsive, more interconnected with the way you live. Your body wants to support you. It has never stopped. Even now, it is listening to everything you do, everything you consume, everything you expose it to. And the signals you send it, especially before sleep, decide the direction of tomorrow. This is the quiet truth of longevity. Every night is a negotiation. Every night is a chance to turn the dial slightly toward strength, or slightly toward decline. And those small shifts, multiplied over years, become destiny. Tonight, when you prepare for sleep, remember this: you are not too late. You are not too old. You are not past the point of influence. Your body is still listening. Your cells are still responding. Your choices are still shaping your future. And the night has been waiting for your intention. Tonight is not just another night. It is another chance to communicate with the deepest layers of your biology. Because even if you don't realize it, your cells are always listening. Every breath you take, every bite you choose, every hour you sleep sends instructions into your body's internal network, a network that has been learning from you your entire life. This is the extraordinary part of aging that most people never understand. Your body is not a timeline. It is a training system. What you repeat, it remembers. What you neglect, it forgets. What you reinforce, it amplifies. And what you honor, it rewards. The night is where this training becomes transformation. Think about it. For decades, your body has carried you through stress, work, emotion, responsibility, loss, ambition, and uncertainty. It has adapted to every chapter of your life, not perfectly, but persistently. It has never stopped trying to keep you alive. You owe it something, not out of guilt, out of gratitude. And gratitude is not a feeling, it is a behavior. It is found in the small intentional acts that tell your biology, I'm with you, I'm helping you. We are doing this together. A small bowl of blueberries before sleep, a glass of clean water, a darkened room, a quiet mind, a consistent bedtime. These are not routines. These are signals of partnership. The truth is, the greatest anti-aging strategy is not a product. It is alignment, alignment with nature, alignment with your circadian clock, alignment with the habits that upgrade your biology instead of overwhelming it. And when seniors begin living with alignment, something subtle but powerful changes. The body begins recovering from the inside out, not dramatically, not instantly, but faithfully, night after night, choice after choice, signal after signal. This is how you slow the internal clock, not by fighting your biology, but by synchronizing with it. Most people age faster because they rush the day and neglect the night. They chase stimulation and sacrifice restoration. They feed the body when it demands quiet and stimulate the mind when it needs stillness. They sleep against their biology instead of with it. But when you flip that pattern, even slightly, the entire system recalibrates. Your heart rate lowers more easily. Your inflammation settles more predictably. Your energy becomes more stable. Your mornings become smoother. Your evenings become calmer. Your recovery deepens. Your resilience rises. This is why nighttime routines matter more with every passing year, because the older you become, the more your body depends on consistency to maintain strength. And that strength is built in the silence of the night. Imagine your body as an orchestra, your organs as instruments, your cells as musicians, your genetics as the score, and your habits as the conductor. When the conductor moves with rhythm, the orchestra plays in harmony. When the conductor is chaotic, the performance collapses, and every night, before you sleep, you decide which version of the conductor you will be. This is the secret behind longevity experts, longevity researchers, and those who age with unusually high vitality. They do not rely on willpower. They rely on rhythm. They train their body to expect repair at night. They teach their biology to anticipate recovery. They build habits that strengthen the internal system instead of stressing it. And the simplicity of this approach is what makes it powerful. Because when you reduce your life to the essential becomes transformational. This is why a bowl of blueberries is more than a snack. It is a symbol of alignment, a symbol of choosing the long view instead of the immediate craving, a symbol of preparing the body for restoration rather than overstimulation. And by practicing this small act, you remind yourself that you are not a victim of aging. You are a participant in it. You shape it with your thoughts. You guide it with your routines. You influence it with your nighttime decisions, and your cells adjust to the signals you send them. Every night you go to bed with intention, the body reads that intention. It learns from it. It integrates it into your biology. It quietly upgrades the systems that keep you alive. And over time, that intention becomes strength. A strength that others may never understand. A strength that does not show up on your face first, but in your energy, your clarity, your presence, your ability to move through the world with steadiness. Because longevity is not about avoiding age. It is about increasing your capacity to live. And that capacity grows in the hours when your eyes are closed. Your mind is quiet. Your environment is dark, and your cells are restoring everything the day has taken from you. Tonight, your body will work for you. The question is, will you work with it? And working with it begins with awareness. Awareness of what your body truly needs. Awareness that it does not thrive on noise, distraction, or convenience alone. It thrives on rhythm, on consistency, on signals that say, we are partners, we are aligned, we are moving toward the same goal. The fruit you place before sleep is not magic. It is information. It tells your cells, here are the resources, here is the support. Continue the work you were designed to do. This is how seniors create conditions for resilience, not by fighting the clock, not by chasing youth, not by avoiding aging, but by reinforcing the natural mechanisms that slow its pace. And it is not only the eyes that benefit. Every organ, every tissue, every system responds to the signals you send. The mitochondria become more efficient. The sirtuins, the master regulators of aging discovered through decades of research, become more active. Your DNA repair mechanisms operate with greater fidelity. Your metabolic pathways recalibrate to reflect restoration instead of stress. This is biology speaking, not promise or hype. It is the quiet, elegant machinery of life doing what it was built to do, when given the tools to do it. And the paradox of longevity is that it often hides in simplicity, not in extremes, not in fancy interventions, not in expensive compounds. Longevity lives in the repeated small decisions, the choices that seem insignificant in isolation but monumental when compounded over years. A nightly habit, a moment of intention, a single bowl of antioxidant-rich fruit. These are the gestures that define your trajectory. Seniors who recognize this truth begin to see life differently. They understand that age is a measure not of loss but of accumulation of experience, accumulation of wisdom, accumulation of cellular memory that responds to the guidance you provide. And in that memory, you can influence the outcome. Because your body is not passive. It is responsive. It is intelligent. It remembers what you feed it, what you allow, what you reinforce. And when you feed it well, allow it rest, and reinforce repair, it rewards you with vitality. And this reward is not immediate spectacle. It is subtle. The clarity in your vision when you wake, the steadiness in your movements, the calm focus in your mind, the sense that your body is aligned with your intentions, the feeling that even as years pass, you are still growing stronger, still participating actively in your own longevity. This is the power of the night. This is the reason researchers like Dr. David Sinclair emphasize circadian alignment, fasting cycles, and nutrient timing. It is the reason your biology responds more efficiently when you honor it at the hours it is designed to repair. It is the reason a small, intentional act before sleep can reverberate through your systems in ways you may not immediately perceive, but will, over months and years, manifest as resilience, strength, and clarity. And yet, most people ignore this. They underestimate the night. They allow stress, screens, late meals, and distraction to dictate the conditions of repair. They sacrifice potential for convenience. They treat their biology as passive instead of active participants in a system designed to thrive. But you are not most people. You are someone who understands the value of alignment, someone who recognizes that longevity is not luck, it is informed action, someone who chooses to communicate with the deepest layers of their body, with respect, with intention, and with consistency. And tonight, as you prepare for sleep, you are giving your cells permission to do their work. You are supplying them with compounds evolved by nature to support repair. You are honoring the rhythm of rest. You are reinforcing the biological signals that slow the pace of aging, and you are quietly, intentionally shaping the next chapter of your life. Because in the end, the secret is not the fruit alone. It is not the ritual alone. It is the conversation you maintain with your body every night. It is the signal, repeated and compounded, that tells your biology, we are aligned, we are partners, we are committed to life, clarity, and vitality, and this, more than anything else, is what defines longevity. Not desperation, not fear, not chasing youth, but alignment, awareness, intention, and respect, repeated nightly, consistently, over a lifetime. Tonight, as you place that fruit on your table, remember, your body is listening, your cells are responding, your future is being written in the quiet hours while the world sleeps, and the choice you make now will echo in every sunrise, in every moment of clarity, in every reflection of vitality for years to come. The night is alive, your biology is awake, and the direction you choose tonight will define your tomorrow. And as your body listens, it begins to orchestrate repair with precision. The retina cells that carry the images of your life frame by frame begin to restore themselves. The mitochondria, your cellular power plants, recalibrate their energy output. Your sirtuins, the guardians of longevity, engage in repair processes that reverse subtle damage and strengthen the machinery of life. Each cell receives the signal that it is supported, that it is not abandoned, that its labor is appreciated and reinforced. This is the quiet genius of biology. It does not ask for applause. It does not crave recognition. It does not act on panic. It simply works. It adapts. It responds to the environment you provide. And tonight, by giving it focus, intention, and nutrients timed with the natural rhythms of rest, you amplify its efficiency. The fruit you eat before bed is merely a symbol of this collaboration, a vessel for compounds that support the ongoing conversation between your choices and your cells. But more than that, it is a reminder that longevity is not an external gift. It is an internal project. It is a message to yourself, to your biology, and to your life. I am still here. I am still capable. I am still growing stronger. For seniors, this is revolutionary, because too often the years are associated with decline, with inevitability, with acceptance. But when you recognize that biology is responsive, that repair is ongoing, and that the night is your ally, you reclaim agency over your health, your energy, and your clarity. You stop being a passive observer of aging and begin participating in it actively, intentionally, scientifically. This is why scientists like Dr. Sinclair emphasize not just what we eat, but when we eat, and how we structure the day-to-night transition. Hormonal cycles, circadian rhythms, metabolic signals, all of these are synchronized with intention and timing. And those who optimize these cycles do more than survive. They thrive. They live with vitality that exceeds expectations, not by chasing youth, but by respecting and enhancing the body's natural intelligence. And the night is where this intelligence shines brightest. While the world sleeps, your cells clean up the waste products accumulated during the day. They repair damaged proteins, recycle energy molecules, and neutralize oxidative stress. They stabilize the networks that allow vision, memory, and movement to remain sharp. Every minute, every breath, every signal counts. And your choice to support them tonight, even in small symbolic ways, multiplies across weeks, months, and years. You may wonder if it matters, if one night can influence decades of biology. It does. Because longevity is the accumulation of repeated intentional actions. Every day you neglect rest, nutrient timing, or alignment, the body's efficiency diminishes slightly. Every night you honor these principles, the body recalibrates, becoming more resilient, more capable, more prepared for life's demands. And so the bowl of blueberries is more than food. It is commitment, it is recognition, it is participation in a process that science has mapped, understood, and continues to reveal in ever deeper ways. It is a daily investment in the quality and clarity of your vision, your energy, and your life. The truly remarkable part is that this process, this ongoing quiet collaboration with your biology, is available to anyone who chooses to engage. It does not require wealth. It does not require rare technology. It does not require magic. It requires attention, discipline, and respect for the cycles that have guided life on Earth for millennia. And seniors who adopt these practices experience not miracles, but consistency. Not instant change, but steady transformation. Not spectacle, but resilience. Tonight, as you prepare for rest, remember, your choices are louder than your fears. Your habits are more powerful than your age. Your biology is ready to respond if you provide the signal. And when you enter sleep with intention, with focus, with nourishment, and with alignment, something extraordinary occurs. The night becomes your ally. Your cells work in harmony. Your body reinforces the strength you have cultivated over a lifetime. And each morning you awaken not just older, but wiser, more capable, more in command of your life, your vision, and your future. Because aging is not a sentence, it is a dialogue that you can shape every choice, every habit, every night you honor your biology. A dialogue that allows the eyes to maintain clarity, the mind to maintain sharpness, and the spirit to maintain resilience. Tonight, your body listens, your cells respond, and your future is being written silently in the hours of darkness with every act of attention and intention you provide. The night is alive, the biology is intelligent, and the choice, your choice, will determine the quality, clarity, and strength of your life for decades to come. And now, in these final hours before sleep, you stand at a crossroads between passivity and purpose. You have the power to shape the signals your body receives tonight, to influence the rhythm of repair, the efficiency of restoration, the clarity of your vision, and the vitality of your mornings. This is not theory. This is biology. This is the science of life speaking through your cells, through your circadian rhythms, through the energy of every molecule in your body. Imagine the retina cells in your eyes, tiny yet extraordinary, quietly repairing the oxidative wear accumulated over decades. Imagine your mitochondria, humming efficiently, producing the energy that powers every thought, every movement, every breath. Imagine your DNA repair enzymes, working tirelessly to correct small mistakes that, over time, determine the difference between decline and resilience. And now imagine that these systems are responding not to neglect, but to intention, your intention, the fruit you place on your table tonight. The humble, potent, antioxidant-rich berries is more than a food. It is a signal, a message, a reinforcement of the partnership you are choosing with your own biology. It says, I see you, I honor your work, I am committed to your restoration, and your cells listen. They respond, they adapt, they strengthen. Longevity is not found in magic, it is found in mastery. Mastery of timing, mastery of behavior, mastery of alignment between your actions and your biology. It is found in the nights you treat with reverence, not as passive hours, but as active opportunities for repair, for adaptation, for growth. For seniors, this mastery is transformative. Not because it reverses all aging, no biological process is absolute, but because it creates resilience, clarity, and energy that can be measured in quality of life, not merely in years. It reinforces the systems that support vision, cognition, strength, and vitality. It empowers you to participate fully in every morning, to awaken with the knowledge that your body is still capable, still responsive, still learning. And as you drift into sleep, let this thought settle in your mind. Every night is a negotiation with your biology. Every choice compounds. Every small, intentional act becomes a building block for decades of clarity and strength. The darkness is not empty. It is alive with repair. It is alive with intelligence. It is alive with possibility. And in this alive darkness, the future is written, not in grand gestures, not in miracles, but in subtle, repeated actions, the alignment of nutrient timing, the respect for circadian rhythm, the small, deliberate choices that feed your cells Guide your metabolism and honor the biology that sustains you. Tonight, your fruit, your water, your calm, your quiet, these are all instruments in a symphony of restoration. Every bite, every sip, every pause is a note played in harmony with the intelligence of your body. And when this symphony is performed night after night, it produces a resonance you feel in the clarity of your vision, the steadiness of your movements, the depth of your focus, and the vitality that radiates from the inside out. So let tonight be intentional. Let tonight be purposeful. Let tonight honor the decades of life you have lived, the experiences you have gained, and the potential still waiting to be unlocked. Because aging is not a sentence, it is a dialogue. And tonight you have the pen in your hand, writing instructions to your own biology. Sleep deeply, nourish wisely, respect your rhythm. And awaken tomorrow not just older but wiser, clearer, stronger, and more aligned with the life you intend to live. The night is alive, your cells are listening, and every choice you make in these quiet hours echoes into your future. You are not powerless, you are not finished. You are a participant in the grand intelligence that sustains you, and the direction you choose tonight will define the trajectory of your life, the clarity of your eyes, the strength of your body, and the resilience of your spirit for every sunrise to come. Tonight, the fruit is your signal. Tonight, your body is your partner. Tonight, your future begins. And when you awaken, you will carry the strength of every night you honored your biology, every signal you sent with intention, and every moment you participated actively in your own life. Because longevity is not granted. It is cultivated. It is earned. It is awakened in the quiet hours while the world sleeps. And tonight, like every night, the choice is yours.